your BMB Coronavirus Report for Thursday, April 30th, and today is the 34th day of school we've missed since we began following the stay-at-home order. Yesterday in Albany, Governor Andrew Cuomo spoke about the greatness of the American people as he urged political leaders to support the frontline essential workers.
And I just hope the political leadership of this nation understands how good we are as a people. And the textbook says politicians lead, elected officials lead. No, sometimes the people lead and the politicians follow. And that's where we are today. Follow the American people. Look at what they're doing. Look at how they're reacting. And politicians, try to be half as good as the American people.
In Washington yesterday, Dr. Anthony Fauci of the President's Coronavirus Task Force said that there is a positive news on the potential treatment for the coronavirus.
It was reminiscent of 34 years ago in 1986 when we were struggling for drugs for HIV. And we had nothing. And there was a lot of anecdotal reports about things that maybe did work, maybe not. People were taking different kinds of drugs. And we did the first randomized placebo-controlled trial with AZT, which turned out to give an effect that was modest. But that was not the end game, because building on that every year after, we did better and better. We had better drugs of the same type, and we had drugs against different targets. This drug happens to be blocking an enzyme that the virus uses.
Dr. Fauci cautioned that while this is a positive development, we are still very early in the trials. Now to see what's happening in your neighborhoods, let's check in with our BMB reporters around the district.
I'm Billy Kender from BMB, and it's week 7 of quarantine. It's like the same day over and over again, if that's how I'm going to describe it, because every day you wake up, there's nothing else to do besides what you did the day before. No one's doing anything, no one's going out, so it's hard times, but I think we're going to get through this. Everyone just has to stick to quarantine, and that's how we're going to get through this faster. So yeah, it's like the same day over and over again. In my case, I'm just trying to stay in some pretty good shape, just doing my schoolwork, trying to keep my grades up for college, and that's all that I'm doing. Quarantine's pretty boring. From BMB, I'm Billy Kender.
From Mulberry Road, I'm Fahrer. Now, we're in week 7 of the coronavirus shutdown. I know I can't say I expected to be this far into it. I'm sure not many others could. But it's been a long road. I'm sure it's going to be even longer. And apparently the governor is going to decide what he's going to do with closing the schools for the rest of the year. Sometime this week, I don't know when. But I'm hoping they can figure out some way to get us back in the schools. I don't think it's going to happen, but it'd be nice to go back for one last time. And yeah, so obviously the shutdowns last a lot longer than people would have probably originally seen, and it's taking a toll on a lot of people. Everyone's trying to go outside, trying to do what they can do, and it's getting kind of old, the whole quarantine thing. Even though it's necessary, it's kind of old. From B&B, I've been Fahrer.
Week 7 has been rough. I think it's gotten a little more intense since the beginning. Now we're required to wear face masks in public, and there's just so many more rules. Social distancing is such a bigger part of our lives now. I haven't seen my friends in weeks. I haven't seen my family in weeks. It's crazy. I never thought it would get to this point, but unfortunately, here we are. This week, the governor will probably say that school will be canceled. I really don't see us going back, even though I really would like to. That's really it. It just stinks that, again, it's my senior year and I'm stuck in the house. But hopefully it'll end soon. Numbers are starting to go down, I think, so hopefully that means we're almost at the end.
Thanks, guys. Every day on the Daily Report, we focus on our national and state leaders, but today we thought we should get it closer to home and see what some of our more local leaders are up to in the pandemic. Here's BMB's Katherine Orellana.
During these unsettling times, many people are confused, scared, and looking for answers. Many people did not anticipate the virus to get out of hand so quickly.
Well, I mean, there's several things that we did in anticipation of the pandemic. So, for example, the legislature in the beginning of March actually held a series of hearings with our Office of Emergency Management, with our Department of Health, with our Department of Social Services, and with our Police Department, Sheriff's Department, to make sure that our departments had the resources that they needed to be able to combat the pandemic when it finally erupted here in Nassau. We wanted to make sure that we had the personnel, that we had the personal protective equipment, and that we had a plan in place for how it was that we were going to deal with this. Now, obviously, that plan had to change over time, based on the facts, sort of on the ground as this whole thing developed.
Many are turning to government officials, especially the local government leaders.
So we are trying to balance, our employees' safety while providing the best government we can. We did set up a hotline if you want to contact the building department, the clerk's office, the receiver's office. You can call 516-812-3600, and you can set up a conference call with the building department, the clerk's department, and the receiver taxes office. So we are available for individuals that need to contact and meet with town hall departments without coming into town hall.
With many people calling local governments for answers, while others are looking for ways to help their local businesses to make sure that they can stay up during this time.
The first way is, like we were talking about, the different alms groups and the charities, whether it's religious institutions or whatever. If you have the means to be able to support them in their efforts to provide food to our local workforce, our essential volunteers, and our hospital personnel, that's great. If you can contribute to food pantries to help those families that are in need during this difficult time, that is fantastic. That's a great way to help. Second, simply staying in. We spoke about how we're trying to separate the people who are sick from the people that are healthy.
You can help the community by supporting, I would say, your small businesses. What happens here locally is a lot of our small businesses support us. What I mean by that is they provide donations, prizes to our PTAs when they do fundraisers. They support our little leagues, our youth sports. And it's their time of need now. And I understand people don't want to go out. If you want to buy gift certificates for these businesses to help them during this time to use at a later date, a lot of our local restaurants are providing delivery, curbside pickup without any contact. You can call. Usually have your order. They do it by credit card if you're not touching people with money exchanges. You can pull up in front. You pick up your stuff, social distancing. They put it in the trunk without even talking to you through the window, and you drive off, or they deliver it to your home.
We here at BMB would like to say thank you to the local leaders and other government officials who are doing everything they can to make us feel a little bit more safe and comfortable during these confusing and hard times. Please stay safe and help the community if you can. From BMB, I am Katherine Orellana.
Thanks, Katherine. So that will do it for another episode of the BMB Daily Report. Be sure to subscribe to BMB to get the latest on all that is going on around the district during this difficult time. To the members of our community and our family who are struggling today, know that you're not alone. For BMB, I'm Hannah Broxmeyer. Stay healthy and have a great rest of the week, Mepham.